This video provided is a powerful meditation on self-reliance, inner congruence, and the journey toward wholeness. The Siren Song of External Rescue. The human experience is, in many ways, an endless search for belonging and safety. When life presents us with a chasm, a deep sense of inadequacy, loss, or paralyzing fear, our instinctive reflex is to look outward. This is where the initial, profound question emerges, not a despairing cry, "How do I save myself?" but a more subtle, diagnostic inquiry, "What part of me have I forgotten to trust?" This forgetting is not an act of negligence, it's a conditioned response. From childhood, we are often taught, implicitly or explicitly, that our salvation resides in external validation. We chase the relationship that will finally make us feel seen, the money that will provide an impenetrable shield of security, the permission from an authority figure to step into our power, or the proof of our worth through endless achievement. We become masterful collectors of external evidence, mistakenly believing that enough of it will finally assemble the mosaic of a whole self. But the pursuit of external rescue is a fundamental, exhausting illusion. The deep, resonating truth that the world whispers to us, a truth often drowned out by the noise of comparison and craving, is this: nothing outside of you can rescue you until you make an agreement within yourself to be whole. This is the turning point, the central pillar of the narrative. External achievements, no matter how shiny, become mere accessories to a fractured core until an inner agreement is established. This agreement is a sovereign declaration: I am, fundamentally and irrevocably, enough. My wholeness is not conditional upon any person, place, or thing. Until this internal contract is signed, the search continues, a perpetual, unsatisfying hunger that no external feast can satiate. The moment we try to fill an internal void with an external variable, we set ourselves up for an inevitable cycle of dependence and disappointment. The goal shifts from getting something to being something, from seeking rescue to embodying wholeness. The world as a mirror, the power of agreements. When we live without this core inner agreement, when our foundation is shaky, we exist in a state of open negotiation. This is the root of the phenomenon where people will keep talking, not out of malice, but out of reflection. The world is not a cold, indifferent judge, it is a meticulously calibrated mirror reflecting the deep-seated beliefs we hold about ourselves. If you believe, deep in your subconscious, that you are unworthy of unconditional love, you will unconsciously seek out partners who are emotionally unavailable or situations that require you to constantly prove your value. If you believe that you are destined to struggle financially, you will overlook opportunities or sabotage your success just as it approaches a breakthrough moment. The talking that the world does, the betrayals, the dismissals, the slights, the persistent obstacles are merely the reverberations of your own internalized stories. They echo what you, on a primal level, believe you deserve. The journey of self-saving, therefore, becomes a form of archaeology. It requires digging beneath the superficial complaints about others and unearthing the old trauma agreements, the vows of unworthiness, the contracts of perpetual guilt, the inherited shame that we signed without reading the fine print, often in the formative years of our lives. These are the silent, self-imposed limitations that dictate the quality of our reality. When you heal the patterns, when you clear the old trauma agreements, you stop asking for someone else to choose you, and you start choosing yourself. This is not a passive mental affirmation, it is an active, seismic shift in personal energy and boundary work. You stop auditioning for love, success, and acceptance. You move from the posture of a supplicant to the stance of a sovereign. And here is where the immediate, undeniable consequence of self-sovereignty manifests: they either rise to meet you or run from the integrity you now carry. The people, systems, and circumstances that relied on your old, fractured self, the one that was easy to control, manipulate, or dismiss, will find your new coherence threatening. Your integrity becomes a filter, a powerful force field. Those who genuinely cherish your evolution will adapt and celebrate your rise. Those who benefited from your smaller self will retreat. This is the shift, the beautiful, sometimes painful, liberation of choosing your own company. The practice of self-saving, embodied truth. The saving of the self is not a single, heroic act, it is, as the text rightly identifies, a daily, moment-to-moment practice. It is the discipline of showing up for the messy, unedited truth of your inner landscape. This practice is broken down into three crucial, non-bypassing actions. Facing the guilt, not by bypassing it. Guilt is the emotion of having done something wrong. In the journey of self-saving, we must confront the false guilt, the feeling of responsibility for things that were never ours to carry, often rooted in familial or societal burdens. We face it by asking, is this truly my responsibility, or is it an inherited narrative? We don't try to think our way out of it, we simply let it be present without accepting its premise as truth. Letting the anger speak, not by becoming it. Anger is the alarm system of the soul, signaling that a boundary has been violated or an injustice has occurred. We must allow the anger to express its message, the clear statement of no or this is unacceptable, without letting it turn into a destructive, identity-defining rage. The practice is to feel the heat of the emotion, extract the wisdom, and then let the temperature drop. Feeling the shame without becoming the story. Shame is the most debilitating emotion, the feeling that I am wrong, unworthy of belonging. The practice here is radical vulnerability. We look at the core of the shame, that secret, hidden inadequacy, and hold it with gentle, unwavering compassion. We separate the feeling from the fact. The feeling is, I am bad. The fact is, I am a person feeling shame. We refuse to let the feeling solidify into a definitive story of our worthlessness. This is the deeper meaning of looking at your pain with compassion and asking, what is this trying to teach me about who I am? The pain is not an enemy to be eradicated, it is a loyal, if clumsy, messenger. Pointing you back to a place in your soul that needs attention, healing, and, most importantly, re-ownership. The call to action, the sovereign choice. This journey of re-ownership must confront two powerful temptations: abandoning yourself for the comfort of others and carrying unhealed lineage for the currency of love. You are not here to sacrifice your light so others do not have to squint. When we abandon ourselves in service of someone else's comfort, we are essentially saying, your temporary ease is more important than my permanent truth. This is a formula for resentment and eventual burnout. Similarly, we are not obligated to carry the weight of unhealed lineage, the ancestral pain, the generational secrets, the patterns of scarcity in exchange for love. True love does not require you to shrink, it requires you to expand. Your greatest gift to your lineage is not perpetuating the wound, but healing it. Your soul, sacred mission is to return to your own truth and walk with it, even when it's hard. And this is the moment of decision. The truth of your worth is not a reward to be earned, but a gift to be unwrapped. You have spent your energy, time, and attention proving your value to a world that was already reflecting your doubts. Now, it is time to pivot that immense energy inward. You are holding the keys to your own freedom. Stop waiting for the world to give you permission to be whole. Right now, in this moment, choose to own the agreements you make with yourself. Choose the clarity and peace of self-sovereignty over the exhausting noise of external validation. Your time is now. Choose you. The final liberation, walking in your own worth. The ease you are looking for is perhaps the most misunderstood concept of all. We often imagine ease as a life free of friction, a world that finally applauds our every move. But the true, sustainable ease doesn't come from the world accepting you, it is far more profound. It comes when you accept the world for what it is and choose to walk in your own worth anyway. This is the ultimate act of self-saving. It is the realization that the world will be messy, unfair, beautiful, and contradictory all at once. People will misunderstand you. Goals will be delayed. Unexpected storms will arrive. But none of these external variables have the power to dismantle your inner foundation, because that foundation is built on an unconditional agreement with your truest self. To walk in your own worth is to move through the world without a demand for approval. It is a quiet, powerful confidence that says, I know who I am, and I honor that truth regardless of the ambient noise. This internal certainty is an armor, not one that repels conflict, but one that allows you to remain intact in the face of it. This is how you save yourself, not through a frantic external scramble, but through a slow, deliberate, compassionate, and unwavering return to trust. The part of you forgot was your own power, your own voice, your own knowing. The journey is not about finding a new path, but about remembering the one that was always waiting for you, paved by your own integrity, leading you home to your complete, whole, and rescued self.